Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you for checking out today's video in regards to better understanding heat maps. We just want to make sure that when we're giving you guys these results, you understand how to read them, right? Like, imagine going to the doctor and you get blood drawn, and then they give you the results, and then you have no idea what any of the metrics mean, and we don't know if we're in good health, bad health. So that's just what this quick video today is going to be about. Just making sure that we understand that if we are requesting a heat map, what the results mean, what the colors mean, what the circles mean, and all that. So we'll dive right into it. Firstly, what we'll start off here with is a heat map that we had run, and as you can see, we have quite a bit of information on here, and we're going to go over what the most important pieces are going to be. So we ran this heat map for this company, Island Strong Hauling and Junk Removal. They're out over in Oklahoma City, and the way that we found them was that we actually did a Google search for Junk Removal OKC, the abbreviated version that a lot of people call Oklahoma City. And Google gave us 3 different results. So we have Junk King, Island Strong Hauling and Junk Removal, and College Hunks Hauling Junk. And if you look back onto the heat map here, you will see these numbers. And 1 here, 2 here, 5, which is in yellow, 6, and it goes all the way up to 20 if you look at this bar down below. And so what this heat map will do is it will actually show the ranking of your Google My Business across different areas in your market. And those rankings will correlate in regards to how it's shown on this map. So being in the number 1 position in this circle right here means that if you were to search for this phrase, Junk Removal OKC, and you were right here, so say if we even click on this, you'll see these grid points. These are latitude and longitude coordinates. If you were to search Junk Removal OKC from that point, your results are going to show Island Strong Hauling Junk Removal number 1, and then it'll show Junk King Oklahoma City number 2, Painless Junk Removal number 3. One thing that a lot of people tend to forget about is that when we're searching on Google and we see results in maps, your results are going to vary based on where you're searching. And even with me searching, right, Junk Removal OKC, my results are a little different. Even though I'm nearby Oklahoma City, it didn't show Island Strong Hauling and Junk Removal similar to where it was on the map. And that's because the most important way that we can be thinking about our maps listings, what we're putting with our GMBs, our Google My Businesses, we have to be thinking of them almost like antennas that we're planting in the ground in the markets that we want to service. And the whole point of that antenna is to amplify a signal to cover the area that we want the jobs from for the search terms that we want to rank for. So when you're near that antenna, your search results are going to vary based on how close or how far. And once you're outside of that local market, what Google will actually do is it just kind of drops a pin somewhere in the city. And from that pinpoint, it'll show you the results of those antennas that are closest to the pin it drops you. So say if you look up Junk Removal OKC and you're down in Texas or out in California or wherever you may be, your results are going to vary compared to people who are actually in the market and searching that term. Because as you can see on here, Island Strong Hauling and Junk Removal does a tremendous job ranking for this keyword term, Junk Removal OKC, all the way on the north side of the market. But down on the southwest side, their antenna for Island Strong is, you can tell it's somewhere set over here because that's where the signal is strongest. But once we start to go further away, we're having to have those, think of them again like radio waves hitting and interfering with other antennas, other radio waves coming from other people's map listings. It starts to interfere. And the main goal, like Island Strong is doing a tremendous job, shout out to them. You want to be in the top 3 spots, right? Because as you saw before in the Google search we did, if you're not in one of the top 3 spots near where you're searching or where Google's dropping that pin, then you're not going to show up on page 1 of Google the way that you would actually find those other listings. So say, if we look at this heat map and you see how this one says that it's ranked 6th, to find whoever's ranked 6th based on where you're searching from, you actually have to click through on more businesses and then you would have to scroll down and find it. And you just statistically speaking, your chances of being searched and seen when that happens plummets. The reason why we focus so much time, effort, and energy on ranking a Google My Business for our clients here is because about 70% of people who search on the front page, statistically speaking, 60 to 70%, will click on one of those three results in the map pack after they search their term. So just to go back to show you exactly what I mean, imagine if you're a customer and you type in junk removal OKC. Some of the people will click on ads. Obviously, that's why ads work. You scroll down a little more and you get to this map pack. And 60 to 70% of people are going to click on one of these three results first. And then from the 10 to 15% that click on ads, 60 to 70% of people that click on here, that percentage that's left over, those are the people that'll scroll further down on the page one. But depending on who you listen to, 80 to 90% of people don't go past page one of Google for their results. So our focus here is to get people ranked without having to worry about paying for ads. Of course, if you guys are paying for ads, great, take up that spot. But then go ahead and take up a second spot right here where there's a visual, and that's going to draw a lot of customers in. And then again, building up over time, amplifying that signal, you're really going to be able to amplify your reach and find more and more customers. And once you're ready to expand and go to the next level, the next best thing you can do is set up another antenna, right? Set up another maps listing. So if you are crushing it on the north side of town, you realize, hey, this southwest side of town, we've already done a lot of amplifying for this antenna. Maybe it would be best if we just get another map listing set up. And that's how you can really start to dominate here. The last thing I want to show you guys when it comes to these map listings, when we share you those results, is that when you click on that link and you see this map, again, it's going to be for the keyword that you had filled in. But another cool thing you can do is that you can actually scroll down here and see this tab that says averages on here. And once you scroll down, then you can see how all of your other competitors in that market are doing for that search term. So again, this was for island strong hauling and junk removal. We can actually go up here and click this little eyeball icon, and then this heat map is going to flip and show you where Junk King, Oklahoma City is ranking for that keyword term. So it's a really great way to not only identify where you're at, but to take a peek behind the curtain and get an idea of how well all of your competitors are doing within that market. And this goes on and on. Again, it's going to identify anything that Google picks up. This is showing 20 of the 38 companies that are on here. So you can really get a good idea of what all of your major competitors online are doing when it comes to one of these heat maps. If you have any further questions, you are more than welcome to ask them to me on Facebook after we shoot that heat map over to you. Hope this video was a help for you. Thanks.